Hi, and welcome to the Market Alert for Thursday, the 29th of June 2023. So yesterday, bonds and the dollar rose while the banks and tech drop as Powell flexes hawkishly, along with Lagarde, Bailey, and the Japanese Chancellor as well, whose name escapes me at this point. Not that that really matters, not much as impact as, say, Powell, Lagarde, and Bailey. And a man's got to do what a man's got to do. So we're back to the hawkish rhetoric now that rates are going to go higher because there's still underlying inflation. Well, what a surprise there. And other news, stocks shake off Nvidia troubles and bonds recover in wake of mixed Powell. And US stocks finished mixed after deluge of central bank rhetoric, which shook off Nvidia woes. So whatever's happening at Nvidia, I take it's losing a few quid at the moment on that basis. And only a few weeks ago, they were talking about it being $1 trillion company. So there you go. How the mighty soon fall. New economic news today. We've got German prelim CPI could come out at any point today. Powell is speaking at 7:30 a.m. He must either be up all night or he's in Europe at the moment. And Spanish, Italian... Spanish flash, Italians are off, and final GDP for the US this afternoon, along with home sales as well. Pending home sales out at 3 p.m. I think that's the other day. The new home sales is the one that's put the kibosh on, and why Powell's speaking hawkishly. Anyway, let's move on and have a look at this mixed day for yesterday, and we'll kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow yesterday, we can see that we've got some supply in the market here. The market struggled to move higher as people were selling in around the 38% and 20 bar moving average there. That's what the S means there. So moving down a bit, it needs to hold above the 5 bar moving average. If it does move lower, then we can see we've got some fibs on the downside. There they are. Let's just expand this out a bit so we can see what these numbers are. So they're sort of the downside targets back down to 89, which would take it to the 50 EMA if we do have a day where the market sells off. 30-minute chart yesterday, we talking of selling off, we saw the market drop there, but then we see it fight back during the remainder of the session and overnight. But at the moment, below the DP in the 30-minute chart, so we're a bit off the high and also the low as well, so that sort of mid-range trading area there. In the German DAX, also some supply as well. It's difficulty pushing higher, which is why you're seeing a lot more energy required in the volume. So a bit of a struggle there, back down overnight at the moment, and also below the 50 EMA as well. So again, a situation, if we just remove these fibs and draw in a set of new ones, you can see there are the downside targets for the German DAX. Again, the 5 MA tying in with the 38% retracement there. 30-minute chart, we didn't get the normal shakeout that we have had during yesterday, but we did it the high before we opened, as I said before, and then we continued on. There was a bit of a pullback, but then the market just stuck in a range for the rest of the day and down overnight at the moment, having got close to yesterday's high. So far, each 30-minute bar has been red, so a bit of weakness around there. So a bit of a shakeout overnight with regard to the DAX. 5-minute chart, you can see obviously they're just starting to buy back in at the moment to get it back above the DP. Big spike in volume there. Let's just have a look at yesterday whilst we're here. So kicking off yesterday morning, as I said in the alert yesterday, no doubts we'll get to the high by 7 a.m. or when 7 a.m. kicked off, and we certainly did. We drove through it, but it was very messy, as you can see there. We had a bit of a shakeout there, but nothing like we've had before and over the last couple of weeks, where it's generally moved down 50 to 100 points and then come back. So it managed to regroup and move higher, but it was certainly a choppy session there yesterday, as can be seen by the price action there. And even when the Dow kicked off yesterday afternoon, 2:30, of course, all three central bankers were chatting and you can see there the effect of it. And then before the close of trade in the US, you see the market spiking back up there. But like I say, at the moment, they're buying back into the market. They'll be aiming to get it back above the DP. May have a shakeout a bit lower. How far down have we got the low? It's about 70 or 80 points to the downside there. That would be a target to the downside if they have a shakeout and an area where buying is likely to come into the market. Plus we've got a lot of green areas of support as well. That's what those green lines are. They're previous areas where the market has been bought. So we could see the market move higher there. A good day yesterday, and so far this week 391.7, managed to get a few trades done. Profit factor of 8.99, 70-30 win-loss ratio there. So I managed to get a few trades on, then carry on with the new stuff that I'm working on and just leave them to their own devices. So we'll see what today brings as well. And in the S&P 500, you can see the market also showing supply for the daily charts, this time at 50% retracement. 30-minute chart, very choppy, as can be seen there. Up, then back down, then up, back down, and then back up by the close of the, or just after the close of the session. But at the moment, sitting at the DP, trying to find some support. Not looking good for the FTSE at the moment on the downside, as you can see also again supply yesterday as the market was mixed, couldn't make headway, so showing a bit of reluctance there as well. We've got some fibs on the downside there for targets, also the most important one being the 89 before you attack the low to the left there. In the 30-minute of this market, we did manage to follow the DAX higher, and the market then became sideways for the rest of the trading session there. Meanwhile, in the currencies, down day yesterday for the GBP, JPY, and in the 30-minute chart you can see that the dollar was pumped obviously with the hawkish narrative, because increasing rates is bullish for the underlying currency, so that's what you're seeing there. Overnight though, you can see the market is starting to just move slightly higher there. It needs to get above the close. The BRN, the 50 EMA and the DP though to have any impetus to attack the high. Meanwhile, the pound got crushed yesterday, as can be seen there, down to 62% retracement. This was again following Powell's comments, and in the 30-minute chart you'll see there the sell-off in the pound, down 100 points, or yeah, just over 100 points actually, for the pound. It's actually about 135-40 points, so a big drop yesterday for the pound. Meanwhile, the dollar moving higher yesterday can be seen there. There's the dollar moving higher, and also overnight as well. So if the dollar's higher, the metals are coming under pressure. And starting off with silver, you can see that yesterday we did, but they didn't monkey hammer the price down given the opportunity. Just retraced 50% there and managed to get back above the 5-bar moving average, and also managing to trade above this at the moment. However, any break will soon see this market go back down and retest the 89% retracement if the dollar continues higher. Choppy session in the 30-minute chart there. We sold off early, then we were brought back. I mean, you can see there massive volume bringing the market back. Then we got a little retracement with resistance at the close, back down to the 200 MA where we found support, then back up to double top, and then back down to the 200 MA. Need to get above the DP in order to move higher there. In gold, similar picture. Well, actually, not a similar picture. Gold actually still moving down. Seeing a lot of red there. There's only one green bar in the daily chart in the last couple of days. A bit of demand coming in though. But watch the 200 MA in this market. So have a look at the weekly chart just to get a more broader look at this and a bigger picture. So yeah, we've got the 50 EMA there as well. Just going through the 62. So gold having a bit of a hammer in there at the moment, which means that the gold silver ratio, if we just bring that up, is showing yesterday up slightly, but overnight moving back to the downside because obviously silver's holding support better, which is unusual and rare, than the gold price at the moment. Okay, that's it for this one. Let's see what the market has in store today. And as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.